Craig McTavish is back in town. I don't know how well or if you got to know him over the years. Any thoughts or relationship with Mac T?
Yeah, I do. I know Mac T very well. He was, this is my 8th year in the organization, and Mac was there probably for the first 4 or so. And my first year down in Bakersfield, he would come down and spend some time down with the coaching staff down there. Someone whose opinion I always very much respected. He has a way with words, getting his point across, and just a ton of experience that I was able to draw on as a young coach. So a big fan of Craig McTavish.
I also want to ask you a question about your penalty killing. You have 2 shorthanded goals. Mm-hmm. Is there a philosophy to not just blindly clear the puck when you get it?
Well, I think, some of the people that we have on our penalty kill, other teams have to take note. That it's not just, our objective is to kill the penalty first. But if there is an opportunity to counterattack or counter strike, we have people that can take advantage of power plays that might be sniffing on 50-50 pucks. And we got 2 goals through the first 4 games. There were some things that we wanted to tidy up on our penalty kill as well. But that certainly makes other teams take notice when you have a little bit of counterattack to it.
When you look at the Blues, we kind of continue to say they're not fresh off a cup, but not that long ago. They seem to be built somewhat the same way. Are they still a real challenging team to face?
I think the St. Louis Blues are one of the premier teams in the Western Conference. A lot of really good hockey players. They're a different type of mix to them as well. It's a different team that we're going to see tomorrow than we saw last night in the Carolina Hurricanes. They also, the majority of their team has that experience from their cup run that they can, draw from as well. And I think nothing but a ton of respect with the way they're built, with the way they're coached, and with the way they play. They're one of the premier teams in the Western Conference.
Watching Ryan McLeod last night score that goal, you think, whoa, this guy's got some real offensive upside. As someone who's kind of known him at this level and the previous level, what do you think about the way his growth trajectory is going regarding his game and maybe the offensive side, the confidence to go with it?
A play I really liked yesterday from Ryan McLeod, it was in the 3rd period when he went to the blue paint hard. We ended up taking a penalty. I didn't think it was a penalty, but I like the fact that his nose was around that blue paint, and for me, in seeing that, that's growth. I've seen the other side of it. I've seen it at both levels. I saw it last year in the playoffs, a young player blossom. I saw somebody with the more minutes, he just kept playing better and better. But the American Hockey League, I saw a lot of what you're talking about. What I was pleased with as a coach was his determination to get to a hard area on the ice and on that play in the 3rd period.
It's an important process and time in his NHL career as he establishes and lays out a foundation. Do you sense his confidence is growing almost on a daily basis?
Yeah, I think so. I think young players, when they get to the NHL, I think one of the things they want to do is just survive a little bit. And I seen someone here over the last, year and a half when he first, had his real first stint in the National Hockey League and into that playoff series against Winnipeg. I think, he gave the team good minutes and but now I see him being a factor in games. Last night I saw him compete hard against one of the best face-off men in the league, in Jordan Staal. I feel comfortable anytime Ryan McLeod's on the ice because of his size, skating ability, his hockey sense, and his hands. I see a young player working and doing the necessary things to grow his game. And he certainly has the confidence of his coaching staff, and I know he has the confidence of his teammates. So he's in a good spot right now.
So working on some power play stuff today. How come?
How come? That's what we do as hockey coaches. We're continually refining stuff. No, but in all seriousness, I think power play has been very good for us on the year. We want to make sure it stays fine-tuned. We also understand that we got a good penalty kill coming in here tomorrow. That's part of makes what makes the St. Louis Blues, and we want to make sure that we're ready and on point when and if we do get a power play.
Can you speak to the value of having something that valuable, that dangerous, as the penalty kill has been?
I think it's one of the weapons that we have in our arsenal. It's not the only weapon, but it is one of the things that we can go to. The other day I was asked in the media, it's also a form of our toughness. If teams want to take liberties on us, it's our way of striking back, or one of the ways we can strike back. And it's been something that's been good here for a long time. Our people take a lot of pride in it, and we get multiple contributions. One of the things that I think if you watch that game last night against Carolina, you notice that we scored 2 power play goals. I think that's obvious if anyone went to the score sheet. What we really liked was a play in the second period when the game was a 1-goal hockey game. We went down, we had a scoring chance at the offensive end, and then it was a 2-on-1 back the other way, and it wasn't just Connor, but there was a lot of forwards who put their head down and worked back to our end and ended up saving a goal at an important juncture in the game. That is the type of second effort that we're trying to ingrain in our players and that we want to see in every area of our game. But I thought it was a real positive for our team to see some of our top players work like that.
You've done a lot of coaching, a lot of strategizing. I won't ask you the best way to shut down the Oilers' power play, but do you see something in there that can be done to slow it down?
You're right. I'm not going to list that for you.
We had one skate between the game, last night's game and tomorrow's. The to-do list 5-on-5 was maybe a little bit shorter, and that lets you focus on things like the power.
Well, I think there was positives in our 5-on-5 game. I think you also have to be cognizant of just energy reservoirs as well. We came off a game last night. We're playing a 2:00 start tomorrow. This morning was more about, I think, getting our people moving and giving them a little bit of meat, a little bit of substance in terms of what we wanted to focus on. But most of all, just to flush last night's lactic acid out of our systems and get ready for a good team here tomorrow in the St. Louis Blues.
Last one for me, with Nugent Hopkins, as all of us in the summer are building what we think your lines are going to look like, I think more often than not, he would have been up in that top 6, kind of on the wing. You used him primarily as a center to start the year. Yeah. Why did you decide to do that? And, he got a good look there last night. Could you see him maybe playing some more wing?
Yeah, I can. I think that's one of the things, we talk a lot about is we don't want to just get stuck in one way of doing things. We want to make sure that we're using our eyes. We've seen some good things in Ryan's game in the third period against Buffalo. We put that line together. We saw a response. That was one of our best periods of the year. And so we wanted to go back to that in last night's game, and Ryan had another good game. And I think one of the things that allows us to do that is exactly what these guys are talking about here. Ryan McLeod's emergence as a top 9 forward allows us the luxury of being able to move some pieces around the chessboard. And we're going to continue to maintain that flexibility. Right now we're operating at 11 forwards, and we have strong belief in each one of them. I thought we got great contributions from every forward that was in the lineup yesterday. Thanks, guys.